There's a lot of conflicts happening around the world right now. One in West Asia that we see. Iran is heavily involved. And I think Pakistan and Iran has a relationship that, could be sparked and triggered to the US as well. So do you think Pakistan would ever come up on such conflict situations in West Asia?
Like to get involved?
Involved, sir.
Like how?
To just show support to the Muslim Brotherhood.
I don't think so that anybody would want Pakistan getting, or Pakistani themselves would want to be getting involved in, the West Asia. Because how do they get out of it? How do they extricate themselves from it? If it is part of a larger peacekeeping force, for example, a Muslim, Islamic peacekeeping, that's a different matter. And they can contributing to others. But to be lone rangers themselves and arrive in Gaza or something like that,
no,
don't see that happening.
We've seen Pakistan have a good relation with the US as well, once upon a time.
Periodically, yeah.
Is it still the case now, sir?
No. You see, after the US left Afghanistan unceremoniously, the importance of Pakistan is reduced.
Okay.
Because earlier they needed Pakistan for these
True.
ground lines of communication. Their supplying of their troops went through Pakistan. Though Pakistan was playing a double game. They were supporting the Taliban, funding, rest and recreation, training, all that thing. And the US knew it. But they were also bound because they couldn't supply their troops in Afghanistan through the north or by air. So they had to use, come to Karachi port, then the containers would go into Afghanistan. So they needed Pakistan at that time. And Pakistan used this leverage. They made a lot of money out of it. But after August 21, this thing is no longer valid.
But now Pakistan sponsored Taliban, but now Taliban don't care about Pakistan at all.
Yeah.
Why is that the case, sir?
Pakistan miscalculated. They had three strategic objectives of the Taliban. The Taliban in Kabul will throw India out. Second, they will accept or recognize the Durand Line. And third, they will take care of the TTP, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. All these three assumptions have failed within a year. India is back in Kabul. Taliban want India to come and
quite famous in Afghanistan.
Come and complete the projects. They're even willing to send their army officers to continue to train in India. Taliban have said we will not recognize the Durand Line because it's a line that divides brothers. And many parts they've even uprooted the fence which Pakistan had constructed. And the TTP, they said we cannot deal with take care of the TTP because it was the TTP, the tribal tribes had helped the Taliban when the US attacked in 2001. They had taken shelter in FATA, the federally administered tribal area at that time. And the tribes had helped them. Now, when these tribes, men who are part of the TTP, need refuge and need security, the Taliban cannot say no because under, the Pashtuns have a word called Pashtunwali, which is called the way of the Pashtun. As per that, they have to support the TTP, otherwise they'll be called Bagharat, which is somebody without honor, which is the worst insult for a Pashtun. So they are not going to take any action against the TTP. They've told Pakistan, we can facilitate your talks. It is your problem with the TTP. You solve it. We'll facilitate the talks, but don't expect us to take action against the TTP.
Afghanistan has backfired for them. Taliban has backfired for them at the moment.
In a very big way.
Can we shift our focus to Bangladesh now and understand Pakistan's role in ousting of Sheikh Hasina recently, 3 months ago?
I don't think Pakistan had a direct role. Pakistan would fish in troubled waters. But, planning this, scheming this and all that, I don't think so. Pakistan was really the prime mover of this.
You think it's the US?
Well, most people seem to that, and evidence seems to suggest that the US had some role in the planning of this. Putting Muhammad Yunus, man has no background in governance, but he was put over there. And there's also talk about that island which the US is interested in. So let's see how things pan out, but the experiment hasn't worked.
Diary of a publisher. Here we don't just talk, we explore, question, and push beyond the ordinary. And if you're ready to see things from a fresh perspective, you're at the right place. Make sure to subscribe. We're just scratching the surface, and the next conversation might just change how you see the world.